Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys can hear me. Can I get some thumbs up? Okay, hands are fine also. Fingers, feet, please no. But otherwise we are fine. So yes, welcome tonight. My name is Staffan Liebeck. I guess most of you at least knows that on this call. First of all, I want to a little bit mention before we bring on Steven, we have a lot of information. We had a long questions and answer actually session now for 1 hour actually going on. And Steven took some notes on that and we will go through them today with very healthy information that is getting frequently asked questions that are not posted anywhere. Coming to nodes, coming to compensation plan, coming to business material, back office, you name it. First of all, I want to name, because it was written today that we will have a business presentation walkthrough, which is not correct. That was a misunderstanding. We will have it on Saturday. So please mark that one in your calendar right now. On Saturday, same time, the first business presentation with the new material. Having said that, tomorrow, you that know already contact that we've been speaking with, you will get the presentation, okay? You will get it for translations, for translation purposes, so you can be ready with that for the Saturday presentation, okay? In this way, you can also have your team with the different languages, you know, and going through the presentation at the same time. So then we can get it presented in a way that people can understand easily. It is simplified a lot. The purpose with this is not to dive into details with it. The purpose is to get people to get the big picture about our business. It is also not very long. We don't like 100 pages of material, do we? When we present the business, it is actually around 20 pages, including the projects that we are presenting in it. I like it myself, and Steven and me has actually now the last 2 days actually been on it, on and off. Maybe Steven, you can unmute and we can speak a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a great process. Sales are such a wonderful thing, and the best part about sales is making sure that you can keep it simple, you know. And so a lot of what we're doing is complicated. The blockchain is complicated. It's new for a lot of individuals, and we are trying to get it down into very digestible, understandable information that's simple and easy for anybody to communicate and anybody to understand. So
this has been, and also good news with this, just so you on the call know it, is that beginning next week, okay, we will have the video that explains also the business, and it follows very much the business presentation in itself. Now, why it has taken time, there are some reasons that I want to address before Steven jump in here. One of the reasons are small things, like, for example, it's not a small thing, it is a very important thing, but the monthly fees, but not only that needed to be amended. Also small things, you know, how to qualify, you know, for people, for an example, that can't afford to go for a smart node, okay? There needs to be ways for them to qualify, obviously. So these are the things that we've been, you know, throwing, you know, the ball, you know, on and off and so on. And now the last thing with it is that the marketing team and the media team is on it to correct, you know, minor things in it, make it even more simplified, a little bit better graphically, and also spell checkings and all of these kind of things. So there are a few small tweaks, a few hours more today. Tomorrow, guys, you will get it sent to you for translations. Now, having said that, when you get the translations, please get them back to us so we can tidy them up. And then by Saturday, we will go kaboom and start to do some sales work. So please, Steven, if you can take over here, and you guys that already are in contact with me for translations, you know that you will get it very soon. If not, and you have a language that you would like to get it into, please contact us and we make sure that you can get it also. Thank you.
Okay, Stefan, thank you so much. And today is going to probably be a little bit boring because we're just going through some questions and answers. And really, I want to update everybody with where the project is, some of the different things that you're experiencing on the technical side, where we are, and what we're doing to solve a lot of those issues right now. So just one second, bear with me. Let's see here. Okay, almost there. Here we go. Okay, so a few things. So starting off, the display of purchased nodes that are not present right now. Many individuals have purchased switch or blue or element or win nodes, and they're not currently seeing those, or even the Liberty nodes as well. There is a bug in the display that has been submitted. It's currently being worked on. But outside of that, I want to make sure that everyone understands that with each different project, the account linking needs to happen. So every different node that you purchase, if you purchase one with Switch or with Blue, again, through Connect, even if you purchased it through Connect, you need to make sure that you have set up your account outside of Connect. You set up your Switch or your Blue or your Element account, and that you have linked those accounts again in your app. I'm gonna share my screen here just a second to make sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to the account linking. So let me do this. Let's see here, share screen. I know that we've talked about this several times, but I just want to make sure that we're all doing the same thing. So if you go into your account, click on into your app, click on account right here and link accounts. You can see that I have right now linked my green, Switch, Blue, Give, and Liberty accounts. We are still having some issues on the Element side and being able to link the Element account, but all of these accounts need to be linked over here into your Connect account in order to see that information in your Blockbot report or in your nodes section. So when I click on nodes, because I have linked my accounts, I now see all of the different brands show up into my node section as well. Again, there's a couple bugs here that are still happening. Right now it's showing that my element is here, but it's still showing not linked. So we're still working on that bug right now. But this does need to happen before those nodes will show up in your Connect back office, okay? So make sure that you have done that. Let's stop the share there. And okay, let's see here. The other error that we're working on right now is those licenses right now showing 0 when really what it should show is link your account. And so that information loop or that information feedback that you're getting is just inaccurate. It should, instead of showing 0 if you purchased but haven't linked, it should show just a link your account display. And we're working on getting that resolved here really quick as well. The software download for Win has not been available. The link was uploaded and given, but it was the incorrect link, I guess. And so it wasn't displaying appropriately, but that will be available in your back office today for download. I'm guessing here in the next probably 2 to 3 hours, you'll be able to see the Win Smart Node available in your back office. As we're talking about this, I do want to mention a couple of things. Because we have now gotten rid of and done away with the monthly cost, some of the naming we are also simplifying. And before we had smart nodes and then blockbots and droids. All of the node software will now be under the same naming pattern. So all of the smart nodes will be smart nodes. And whether you're buying it in Connect or anywhere else, and hopefully you're all buying it in Connect because it makes the most sense, right? But everything will be named smart nodes and nodes. So we are still going to be using the terms blockbot and potentially droid, but they will have a different meaning. They will actually be kind of a technology add-on that's available through Connect, but the actual node software itself is always going to be a smart node and a node. And so that you'll see those adjustments in the back office. It does still say blockbot licenses and droid licenses. You'll see that adjust. So it's the same naming all across the board. And I think that will make it a lot easier for everybody, of course, and for us too internally. We've had some confusion there also. So we're fixing that.
I realized something. Sorry for interrupting. I think it's the right time to interrupt. people are often wondering about what is the benefit and so on, you know, coming in through Connect. And you actually mentioned to me what the real true benefit with actually doing that and having a full smart node. You mentioned about the win rewards that you get monthly with it also. Could you get into that, because I think it's important?
Absolutely. So what is really happening is the smart node, the BlockBot technology is, it includes a lot of things. The BlockBot technology brings the academy to the table and all the learning. The BlockBot technology brings updated reporting and things like that, but it also allows your smart nodes to earn extra win on top of what they're also mining. So if you've got a switch smart node that you've purchased through Connect, you're automatically going to be, a BlockBot will be connected to that, which will allow you to earn an extra 100 win per month on top of that as well. So not only are you getting your mining, but you're also getting the BlockBot reward on top of that, which is some extra win.
And that is even on each and every smart node that you have.
Every smart node that you purchase, that is included. That's exactly right.
Okay,
and that's only if you purchase that through Connect. The other part of that, though, is, of course, is the compensation part of that, right? If you are purchasing or selling through Connect, then you are eligible to receive a compensation in Ethereum, because that's what's being used right now to purchase. So not only do you get the compensation in Ethereum, but you also get what you're mining, of course, specific to the smart node that you purchased. But on top of that, because you purchased through Connect, you have the BlockBot software that's going to work for you and is also giving you additional win rewards on top. So there's a lot of different benefits that are coming through Connect that you don't get if you go direct. Again, that is really the whole drive, to have everyone make sure that they are purchasing through Connect. And there's no if someone goes directly, they're not getting any other special benefit. If someone went directly to Switch or directly to to Element or something like that, they are missing out on 2 or 3 other benefits that they would have otherwise gotten. And of course, especially with the monthly price now going away, everyone should just come to Connect. It doesn't make sense not to. So anyway, great comment there, Stefan. Okay, so let's see here. Let me make sure okay, someone asked, when can you buy droids? Of course, those are now called just the nodes, right? So when can you buy nodes for other brands except Green with Connect? This is underway right now. We're actually in process of adding the other nodes, so not just the smart nodes, but having the normal nodes as well available in Connect. That is being worked on right now. It will most likely be available in the next 4 to 5 days. I'm probably giving us a little bit too much time right now for that, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm guessing about 4 to 5 days, and we'll be able to have purchasing of nodes also inside of Connect, not just the smart nodes. Okay. Some individuals have noticed that their networks maybe aren't correct, or their commissions aren't showing up properly because individuals they're not seeing certain sales from individuals in their organizations, in their connections, and they're wondering how and when this will be corrected and where to send the information for that. So just so everyone is aware, the information has been populated right now, and we are matching emails in the 2 different systems, right? So there was the old system that you came from, and the new system that you're coming into here with Connect. And what we are working to match up right now, where there are individuals that use different emails in each of those different systems, which has complicated some of that, right? Has made that really difficult. We're having to do some Sherlock Holmes work, some detective work to find that information and make sure that it's matched up. We have just completed producing a tool that will help us with that process a lot faster and make that a lot easier. What we need from each of you is, if you have signed somebody up, but you have not seen them, or you're not seeing them for some reason in your team, in your back office information, then if you can put a list together of the individuals that that you have enrolled that are not showing up, and submit that to our support. We are compiling those to then go through this tool that we've created to be able to identify, correct anything that needs to be corrected, so that will show up appropriately in your back office. That being said, once that is completed, if there are any commissions that are associated from new purchases, that will be rectified as well, and you will receive those. Okay, our goal is always to make sure that everyone gets properly compensated for the work that you're doing within the Wind blockchain. There's never a desire to withhold anything from you. We just need to make sure that everyone is in place. So if you could help with that by submitting those individuals that you're not seeing currently in your back office, and letting us know who they are, then and when I'm talking about your front line, right, your direct enrollees is who you need to focus on. Okay, let's see here. If you're not seeing, yep, okay, so said that. Oh, the next thing that someone people have been asking about is the Linux version of Switch. We've heard that there are some maybe a few bugs that are happening with that, especially when trying to set that up via a VPS or virtual private server. Right now, we've seen that. We've got a couple examples that we're going through, so it has been reported. We are looking into that. We don't have a solution yet for that, but as soon as we do, we will communicate that as well. Will it be possible to run multiple nodes on a Windows computer? Right now, that is not in the roadmap. We don't have a way currently to run multiple nodes on one device. The way that the nodes have been created is to run one node, or one smart node, I should say. Sorry, I'll try to use the right language here, right? One smart node per computer or per device. And the same goes for the VPS solutions. Typically, you're running one smart node per VPS that you have. That is currently how it has been built. That is currently, and for the immediate future, how it will be. But we are looking into other options right now, where individuals may be able to run multiple nodes on one device. I don't have a date for that or a time. That's just something that is being looked into. But for right now, and for all intents and purposes, each smart node needs to be run on a separate device. Now, for nodes, you can run up to 100 nodes on one device. And just to clarify how that works, is you just need to run the software. So if you have, for example, 100 nodes, you can run up to 100 nodes on one software. It then identifies the licenses that you have, so 100 node licenses. It identifies those and utilizes those node licenses in the running of that node. So smart nodes are only one per device. Nodes are 100 per device or per VPS. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. When will it be possible to take out of the vault without problems? Now, that is another issue that we are working on right now. We think that we have identified, we've at least seen a potential issue that we think is kind of the source of that problem. It is being investigated right now. And we hope to have that solved here soon. I don't have a time frame on that because of kind of where that resides right now. That has to do with some of the gas fees and different things that are paid in that transaction process. We think that we are close on that. And but as soon as we find out exactly what the problem is, I'll be able to give you a better update as to when that will be fixed. But stay tuned. We will, as soon as that is adjusted and fixed, we'll let everyone know, and you'll be able to go in and then mint your rewards. Let's see. Okay. The Blockbot report. And so someone asked, when will the Blockbot report be available so that it's displaying all the correct information, the number of nodes, and all of that. So this is kind of tied to some of the other things that we've talked about. This is being worked on right now. We actually, what I'm really excited about, I know I'm going through today, and we're talking about a lot of different issues and problems, but just to help you understand what we're doing on the back end to address most of this is we've actually put together a really great team recently. We've been bringing on more and more resources to help in the development side as well as in our customer support side to get things moving faster, to solve problems even faster, and to get those out of the way so that we can all do what we do best, which is share the blockchain with our friends and family and help them get involved. So we've actually put together a team of individuals that are going to be solely dedicated to these different customer issues that are happening right now. I think we've got a team of 7 people right now that are getting up to speed on that. So these are going to start, you're going to start seeing these cleared out a lot faster. A lot of these issues are going to be adjusted and solved within a much shorter time frame. And that this is all kind of part of that.
Can I add something, Stephen, on this? Because I think
yes.
it was, like you said, just to clarify it for everyone on this call, it goes very much hand in hand, because Stephen spoke about the tool to solve issues with, because some people have changed their emails when they're onboarded. Some people have entered wrong. Some people has not been onboarded. All of these things, it's very, very difficult and time consuming to solve these things manually. Okay. And also at the same time, we as networkers, when we build, we need to have a tracking tool for our organization, correct? Is it somebody that wants a tracking tool? Sirpa is going up and down with her head. She's been in the industry longer than me. So this is all going hand in hand, guys. This tool that will repair and fix our organization. It's not been broken in a way. It's just that the right information hasn't been there. So what happens after that is obviously, why would we build a tool only for that? That tool will be for usage for you as a members also after it, okay? So you will be able to track your business, see your business, see what people have purchased, see how far they come, all of these things. So just to specify it and make it very clear, it is around the corner, but before you can have that, the whole organization as we know it needs to be intact, okay? And that will, as it seems now, we are only a few days away from having that one solved. So sorry, Stephen, for interrupting you there, but just to clarify it.
Yeah, don't apologize. That's perfect. I appreciate that. Okay, people are asking which support should I go to? And so let's talk about, again, I kind of started addressing this. Let me go a little bit more into support. Right now, each of the different projects are standing up their support, their hiring support specifically for their projects as well. But if you purchase through Connect, you will want to put any support issues through Connect as well. If it's an issue that is more on the product side that we can't solve, we are forwarding those on to the different support entities as well. And so don't worry about that. But if you're part of Connect, send in your support issues through Connect. We know that the response times have not been amazing. We are working on adjusting that. Like I said, we are actually, we've just brought on more support for Connect specifically. And so I would still ask you to go through that process and put those in through Connect. Let's see here. There is one issue that I want to bring up that we have identified multiple times now, and this is in the purchase process. If you are purchasing a node through Connect, actually through any of the different brands, it doesn't really matter, but if you're coming through Connect, which you should be, there is a timer on the shopping cart. Okay, that timer is a 1-hour timer for that purchase process to complete. Otherwise, it will time out. When that timer goes through that process, goes through the hour, and then times out, if someone continues on and still sends the transaction to that wallet address, that causes a little bit of an issue in the system, because it's no longer being automatically tracked the way that the system was meant to track, because it's timed out. It shouldn't be used any longer. But what we've noticed is that some people are sending transactions over directly or sending from maybe an exchange wallet or something like that. And sometimes those exchange wallets have a delayed sending. It could take several hours sometimes for that exchange to send out. And when that happens, it's kind of in process, but it will now hit a non or an unmonitored wallet, right? And so that's the problem that we have faced in those issues or in those circumstances. You may receive a communication from support asking you to send over your transaction hash so that we can properly align those purchases. What the recommendation is if you're going to be purchasing any nodes with any of the shopping carts, is to send it out to a separate wallet first. And there are a lot of wallets that work. You could send it to a MetaMask or a Trust Wallet or your Connect app or your Green app or anything like that first before you then make the purchase. That way there's not a hold or a delay on that being sent out to the shopping cart. that then causes that additional problem. It can always be solved, but it's just more difficult if it goes through a timed out wallet than if it goes through the normal process in the time that it's supposed to take. So that is one thing that we were noticing, and just wanted to make sure that everyone was up to speed on that also. When is it possible to create wallets on Element and add some of that missing data? So that is also something that is being worked on. We are currently doing testing on the Element wallet, and it should be available on Monday. So on Monday, everyone should be able to download all the right information, set up their wallets for Element, and then of course you should be able to connect your Element account also there in Connect as well. Okay, and then of course the official presentation, we kind of talked about this already. I think Stefan already took a shot at this, but the official presentation should be available and ready this weekend. Actually, I think Stefan is planning on doing the presentation on Sunday. Is that right, Stefan? Saturday, thank you. Yeah, so he's planning on doing that initial presentation on Saturday to kind of go through that. I will tell you, it's looking really good. Like I said, our goal is just to make it very simple. It's not going to have every single detail in there, but it will have the most important information, and not only about the WIN blockchain and how people are compensated, but of course also about some of the different projects that are associated and why we're doing those projects. It's a great presentation, and we're almost there, just going through some kind of final compliance on that. And let's see here. Oh, and then of course, outside of the presentation is the full explainer documentation for the WIN blockchain. That's going to take just a little bit longer, and part of that is because we have gotten rid of all of the monthly payments, and a lot of the qualifications were tied to the monthly payments for that, which are now, it's a lot easier to qualify. It's a lot, it's a lot more simple, but that means we're having to change a lot of the details that were in that document. So we're moving through that. We're getting that taken care of, and hopefully in the next several days to a week, we should have that available as well. The more detailed documentation there. Oh, one of the other things I know that it has been an issue for some people is in trying to reset your password. Some people are getting a error message back that says, a Firebase message that says the email address is badly formatted or something like that. If you receive that error message, there is a workaround right now that might be a faster solution. We are working on finding out what that exact problem is. But if you were to log into, instead of going direct to connectunited.com for that password reset, if you go into app.connectunited.com or app.share.green or app.whatever whatever you're trying to log into, and do the password reset from that point instead of from the main website, we have found that is working correctly to go directly to the app to do that password reset. We are looking into the problem. Hopefully we'll be able to find a solution quickly here for that as well. But that is a workaround right now that for anyone that's having an issue resetting their password and logging in, if you go directly to the app and then Connect United or share.green or whatever, you should be able to reset your password there. So again, I appreciate everyone's attentiveness and patience. I know that a lot of you have had a lot of these same questions. We wanted to address those here with the whole group. I know that there will be other questions as well. And if you can get those in, what I'd like to do is gather those questions, figure out what we can with the team to give proper answers, and then get those answers out to everyone as quickly as we possibly can. We are growing. It is time. People are coming in, and I want to make a couple statements here. And this is something that we've been talking about with the entire team. Is the WIN blockchain is actually, it's functional. It's working very, very well. The issues that we're having are still in some of the kind of the migration of information, the old information here into the new system, and so it is actually working. Payouts are happening right now to individuals that are making new purchases. We are going through that right now. But again, for anyone that you're not seeing currently in your team, in your back office, if you can gather that information of those individuals that you have personally enrolled that are not showing up and send those over to us, we will update that. And then of course, if they've made recent purchases, you will be compensated for that also. That will still happen. So yeah, Stefan, anything else on your end?
One thing I don't know, I probably missed it because I was answering, doing my best to answer questions in the chat at the same time.
Yeah.
I got a question here when obviously it comes, guys. First of all, droids are no longer, they are renamed to nodes. So we're talking nodes are the old droids, okay? Smart nodes are the full nodes, so to say, okay? So the question was, you answered it most probably, but let's repeat it because people are asking about the nodes when they will be available in the other projects, such as Element, Blue, and the other ones.
Yes, we did answer that, but let's talk about it real quick again, just to make sure. So that will be available. That is a little bit of a bigger project than probably most people understand, but it is underway right now. So we are actually putting that data into Connect so that all of the nodes as well as the smart nodes are available for purchase inside of Connect. I'm guessing that will be completed in the next 4 to 5 days, is what I said.
Yeah, but we anyway looking at, don't you agree? We're looking at, you know, we have still like two weeks in this month, okay? And we are looking at being very ready with not only marketing materials, but also having fixed, you know, the missing links in the organizations that got, you know, onboarded and so on. So we will be able to go full speed in March. There are other things also that we have been speaking about, Stephen, and I actually need you on a quick call. I realized here after this call, what comes to the presentation, I just saw something in it when we went through. So if that's possible, I will call you after this. Now, there will come options also. We're getting a lot of questions about what if I have only 40, you know, nodes now, droids and so on. There has been discussions about it, and I am pretty sure that there will at the same time period or a little bit further down the road be options to top it up also. We spoke about this, Stephen. Can you say something about that for the members also? We're getting a lot of questions about it.
Yeah, so there's two different kind of questions there, I think. One is a qualification question of how I qualify to become a Win node. And we are working on solidifying that right now as well with droid sales, right? And then of course there are, node sales, and
node sales,
node sales as opposed to smart node sales. And so there is a solution there that we are going to be communicating that will be also in the presentation. And then for individuals that are purchasing for yourself, if you're purchasing nodes and would like maybe at some point to turn those nodes into a smart node, that is also going to be a possibility. But understand that with that, it's a little bit of a moving target because the value or the price of the smart node is going up every day as people are purchasing more and more. So instead of it taking 80 or 100 nodes to equal a smart node, it may take 200 nodes or 250 nodes, and that's going to move a little bit. It really what it is it's probably very simple math, which is you take the amount that you spent on nodes and the difference between that and what the smart node has now grown to, and that will probably be your upgrade amount, right? And so that we're just working on that and creating a very simplified system where someone can pick, in their shopping cart, just say, hey, it identifies that you have 50 nodes and you hit upgrade, and it should then calculate exactly what it would take to upgrade that into a full smart node. And so we're working on that. That's not ready yet. That is going to be that will be part of the system. It'll make it easier because we know for a fact that there are a lot of people that will be able to start off with a node and not a smart node. And so when they start off with their node, there's a way there for them to grow and grow and grow and get more and more, and then eventually they can transfer that up. So that will be available.
Thing, just let's before we jump off, speak a little bit about it, because we had these discussions with Stephen, and this was the good thing with making the presentation also to discuss that. What are the dynamics, what are the dynamics that needs to be there for something to grow, because it goes hand in hand with, monthly fee or no monthly fee. And we came to the conclusion, speaking about it, that with what we have, people will want to keep on accumulating more nodes. Why not? Why? Because the whole node support rewards pool that we will speak about more once we get the business presentation out, it goes on your computing power. So the more you gather of computing power, the faster you will earn enough, even on a daily basis, to actually get points.
Yeah. And in the Win blockchain, we've talked about, accumulating your complete win score.
Exactly.
That is all tied to smart node sales and those smart nodes running. You're not getting a lot of points, or I don't think any points right now, just for running your nodes, your smaller nodes. And so it's going to incentivize individuals to want to upgrade. I mean, you are getting distributions and all that kind of stuff, but inside the Win blockchain, you're not qualifying for the bigger bonus pools just by running regular nodes. You need to upgrade those into smart nodes. So we wanted to make that pathway very simple, very, very easy, and it has to make sense so that it can't be gamed. Obviously we don't want someone to come in and, purchase 100 nodes and then say, well, now I can change that into my smart node. It has to make sense, and it has to be the same or more in terms of cost for someone to be able to participate at that higher level. So we're
I thank you guys for that, Stephen. I thank you guys for that, because I think the people on the call, the reason I wanted to bring up this is not that it's set in stone exactly. So I want people to understand that we all working on making something that you as a member, we as members can be very proud of rolling out globally. Okay, it is built and will be built and will be altered upon to fit even the poorest markets, and not only even, especially. Because if you're looking at Switch and all of these projects also coming around, Element, all of them, they are here to empower people, okay? To not, don't destroy the land, and also bank the unbanked and all of these kind of things. And this was so cool. We were with a very, very, very cool gentleman yesterday, actually, with Stephen on the call. Quite big organization, actually, been in the network industry, what did he say? I think 40 years. I know a bit about him myself. And he also said straight away, this is intriguing. This is a very intriguing project. And I also, this has been the biggest concern before solution, to get people to understand what we do. And that has been when we're doing now, we're making this presentation that you guys will get for translation. Like I said, tomorrow, I need you on the call, Stephen, for a few very small things. But for people to be, easily understand what we do. Because it is not so easy to understand. I remember getting in contact with you, Stephen. I said that yesterday on the call with the gentleman also, that I remember the first time I went on and spoke to you, we don't know each other. It's all about relationships and so on. But it took me a long time to start realizing what really Connect do. And I think it's the same thing for you on the call that listens in right now. Maybe you haven't even understood it yet. Okay. For me, it took significant time, even if I was in close, contact with Connect, with Stephen, with the people involved and so on. It took me a few weeks to really start, like the coin started, to drop down, that, this is what we do. This is what we want to accomplish. And that's the target with the business presentation on Saturday, making it easy for people within 10 to 15 minutes to grasp what we do and take an educated decision if it's something that they want to be part of. Now, remember, it's not going to be built over a day, because I'm getting people, we are, as human beings, we are restless. We want things to happen now. We want progress. We want to do this and that. So even if
I want it to happen yesterday.
Yeah, me too, Stephen. But it is like this because I mean, we want that, but we have to also realize that this project will never be done. It will never be completed. It will keep on evolving and getting better, getting more powerful. That's why it was so fun when Stephen just said here, can you run several, nodes on one device? Guys, it would be a total failure if we in 10 years had the same kind of nodes we have today, correct? It will keep on evolving.
It will improve.
We, the members, are the asset. And the company that is an organization, I would say, that is willing to roll out something and step by step decentralize it. It's the same thing with the business presentation when it comes out. We discussed it this morning, actually, my time, your evening last night. And we're looking at the text that is written. We can't write this because it is not decentralized yet. how could it be? How could the compensation plan that will be decentralized without the nodes that are going out? So I mean, we're talking first rolling out the nodes to people, the programs, and with that step, you can roll out, ladies and gentlemen, whatever after it. And that's the beauty of this. I'm in this for the long run because I know I have the right partners around me. I want to thank you again for that, Stephen. You've been a workhorse, that's for sure. I mean, up early, late to sleep, as much as possible available. I thank you for that. So guys, please, Stephen, thank you again for being with us. I will give you a ring so we can go through the last things here. And all the guys on this call, if you're not a translator, you will get it before from me. Otherwise, see you on Saturday. You will also get the PDF then downloadable. Thank you for tonight. See you soon.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you.
Good night.